Welcome back. I am your host, Renita.
And I am Jermaine.
And today we're going to talk about credit, what we learned growing up about credit, what we know now, and all that stuff.
Yep. So I'll just start off as normal, and I'll start off with this. The first time you heard about credit, what was the first time you heard about credit? What age do you remember anything with regards to credit? The first time you heard it?
Yeah, when I was 16, my mom has always told us the importance of having good credit.
Mm-hmm.
She always said you would need good credit to buy a house. That was like the main reason to have good credit. So I had my first credit card at 16. So I think that's when I first heard about it and started learning about it. But obviously, I learned a lot, but I didn't follow what I learned.
Okay, and so then the reality is, just for those of you who are listening, at 16, obviously you can't have an actual credit card of your own till you're 18, so she was an authorized user, I take it, under one of your mom's credit cards.
It was my credit card. I don't know, maybe it was, but it came, and it had my name on it, and all that, so I don't know.
So that's a cool thing. One of the things, I didn't necessarily know that. I know we'll get into the other stuff of what I saw on your credit report and all that. But yes, as 16-year-old, when you turn 16, obviously you're not 18. It's a great way to start establishing credit. You can add an authorized user. Now, with an authorized user, basically that means that the card comes in that person's name and it has a actual number, and you can actually use the card. So your mom started building your credit at 16.
Right.
And that's the first time you heard it. Now, for myself, completely different. I didn't hear about, I heard about credit cards, probably when I was like 14, 15 years old. And that's because, like a lot of people, when school time comes for shopping, I remember my grandmother one time saying, hey, grab my credit card. It was through Robinson's May. That's one of the places that we would go shopping for school. And she was like, yeah, grab my credit card. I remember she was saying to grab it out of her purse, or I think she left it on the counter or something. And, now I understand what it is. It was an actual charge account to Robinson's May, but still considered a credit card. And that was the first time that I heard about it. But I didn't have any understanding of what it was. I just knew, okay, this is a card that you can use at this place. I didn't really know if you can use it any other places. It was a Robinson's May card and anything along those lines. So with that credit card at 16 years old, when you got that credit card, were you actually able to charge it and use it for things?
Yeah, it was a regular credit card. Looking back, my mom, I know I had a limit. She told me not to go over a certain amount. I didn't really question, why it was best to not go over that amount. I was paying the bill. I remember that because I used to babysit, and I always had money. So I remember paying the bill, but I don't even know how much the limit was, or, she could have told me it was $200 and it could have been $2,000. I don't know. I just went with whatever she was telling me. I'm 16, so I'm like, okay.
Okay. And so then that was pretty much the introduction to it. So your mom just said, hey, here's basically was authorized, you were authorized user on the card, and said that you couldn't go over how much?
I don't remember the amount.
Oh, okay. But it was a certain amount. Okay, perfect. And so the next question I was going to ask is when you got your first credit card. So that's answered for you at 16, which is pretty cool because my oldest daughter's 15. She'll be turning 16. In November, and similar situation like with your mom, because of the knowledge and so forth that I have now, I wanted to add her on there. But for myself, the first credit card that I got, I was about 21 or 22 years old. And basically what happened is a credit card application came in for somebody else, a friend of mine or something. And I remember looking at it and thinking, okay, credit card. Are you going to actually, fill this out and send it in? And the friend was like, no, I don't know nothing about it. And it came to them. And so I just was like, you know what? I'm going to fill it out. I'm going to try it. Filled out my information and so forth, sent it out. And then to my surprise, I ended up getting it was a Capital One credit card, my first credit card ever. And it was a $300 limit.